Can't hold up. Like this, they can't hold up. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We're finding the zone. Like this, they can't hold up. We're the moment. Tonight. We're finding those. What I ain't up like this, they can't hold up. What I ain't up like I can't hold up. Alright guys, so the stream should be up right now. I hope you can hear me well. And yeah, we were rolling today as always, as usual. Let me start trading you real quick. I'm gonna wait a little longer until more people join, and then yeah, we're going to do the analysis as usual, basically, right? Nothing too new, nothing too special. Basically repeating the same task every single day, right? Hang on. Man, what the hell? Why is TradingView not starting? Okay, so here we are. It's going to be TradingView. I am going to wait for more people to join, and then from there on, we'll be doing the analysis. For anybody that has, just tuned in and is new to this, you can ask me questions meanwhile, and then we'll go over all of the pairs. I am already eyeballing a couple of different options for us today. So Roger was saying it took ages to start for me too. TradingView you're talking about? Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with TradingView. TradingView just seems to be lacking right now, I guess. BUSD, hang on. BBP. BUSD, let me add that. Yeah, I don't know, probably like a global thing. Everybody has this kind of problem, I guess. That TradingView, like for everybody else that is watching, is TradingView not working for you as well? Or was it just for me and Roger? Roger. Say Roger. Yeah, I've already been eyeballing a couple of different pairs for today. There's a couple of options. Like yesterday was a fire trade. Let's go over yesterday's trade. Meanwhile, we're waiting for more people to join and all of that kind of great stuff. So let's go to. No, this was not like the trade. Trade was looking like that. This was just an example, and we've entered it somewhere in here, like a little bit lower, and then it was like from here 10 pips, and something like that. Stop loss below the slow. So this is the trade that we have taken yesterday. No, yes. Could we have gotten more profit out of it? Surely, man. But is it going to be worth it and also sustainable over the long run? Probably not. Or well, it can be, but then we're also just going to sacrifice a lot of our win rate because we're like aiming for a 1-for-1, right? Something realistic that I would see more potentially will be this one, but it's also too much of a profit increase, right? So yeah, definitely. I mean, the problem that we're facing right now on AUD-CHF is that we would like to trade onto the previous day high, which is the problem that we've already taken liquidity in here, right, off this liquidity point. So that kind of creates a little bit of a dilemma, but we'll go over that. We'll go over it step by step, and then yeah, we're going to talk about everything. So yeah. AUD NZD is probably a better option here. Better opportunities for this one. And NZD CAD has been behaving, yeah, a little bit unexpected. I would like to see some kind of push onto the upside, right? And then from there on, we could trade onto this entire price action gap. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet. But I'm sure either like this week on Thursday, Friday, we're going to have a significant push higher, and then we can trade into this liquidity. These are going to be relative equal highs, right? All of this relative equal highs. You know, then you also have this entire price action gap that we want to trade into, but we need to see like a big candle onto the upside. And from there on, this is going to be a previously high, right? And then basically the entire process repeats as always, right? The usual stuff that we like to do. Nothing out of the ordinary. And this is what I've been saying like a lot of times, you know, this, you don't have to be like a super genius in that sense. You really just have to find something that works and that is repeatable. That's all it really takes. So yeah. AUD USD has also been sort of something interesting to look into, because that's more of a general thing, right? We are going to get into the daily analysis for today in just a bit, but that's more of like an educational thing. These candlesticks, right? So you have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 candles of the same color, and this one, I guess this is the bearish one. 6 candles. After the 5th, like even after the 4th, 5th, 6th, and you know, anything above that, there's going to be super high probability that it is going to have the opposite candle. So in that case, it's going to be a bearish candle, because we had just too many candles of the same color in that sense, right? And then color, of course, in that sense doesn't matter, of the same direction, which is bullish, right? And if you're having something like that, then it becomes more dangerous and more dangerous to trade that market. Okay, so that's just basically one thing that I'm looking out for in my entire analysis. Pedro, man, hello, what's good? Do 5 push-ups. I'm going to do push-ups once we're at 10 likes, right? Because like 5 push-ups every single like. Let's just do it after 10 likes. I'm gonna do 50 push-ups, and then yeah. So you would have to wait for that to happen. Hang on, which pair was that I've looked into? It was this one. I want to see what is that looking like on the daily time frame. Not sure. Like maybe I just eyeballing it right now. Like not looking too much into it, into all of the pairs, but just looking at it from this perspective. Like we're not going to have a lot of different, what's it called, trades for today. But let's just see. Pedro was saying I passed a prop firm, bro. Congratulations, brother. Crazy, man. Which prop firm is it? Have you done with a positive versus award? I remember you were trading like a 1 for 100 or something like that. Pedro, man, you have been into this entire channel also for a very long time, I remember. Apex Trading, 25k account. Nah, that's fire, man. How long did it take you? Did you do it with a positive risk reward, negative risk reward? Probably with a positive risk reward. I think I know you well enough to determine that. But you tell me. One for 4 RR, it took 2 weeks to pass. That's great shit, man. It's really good. Yeah, I've been telling it to you like a lot of different times. This is not to discourage you, right? If you have passed, then you have passed. But just keep in mind, the other question is, are you going to keep it and also get payouts from it, right? Like, not to discourage you, if you're going to get a payout, that's all that matters. Like, fuck it if you're trading a negative or positive risk reward, but I'm just saying, right? I really, really hope you're not going to miss that account and just blow it. Yeah. So I'm going to start with the analysis in a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna start them actually now, just slowly. The first thing that we can basically see on your CHF is we're going for a previous day high or for the previous day low. Pedro saying thank you, now I have to go. Pedro just came here, leave a like, and now he's just going. He's saying bye. Brother, much love. You have been around for like a very long time. Not in the stream, but in general. Have a great day, man. So are we going for the previous day high or for the previous day low? Looking at it from this perspective, like, I am pretty sure that we are going to go for the previous day high, but it does not align with our daily candle, right? The daily candle, in order for us to trade onto the upside, so onto the upside, the daily candle has to look something like this. So this is a bullish candle, okay? Not a bearish one. It has to look something like that, right? And this filled out. And then you're trading into the previous day high. This is something that we like to see. Unfortunately, we don't really see that. This could be an option for more of a risky trade, but I'm going to decide that in just a bit. Because for everybody that knows me well enough in these streams or just has been around for the last couple of streams, I like to look out for the pairs that I'm like safely going to trade, and then after that I'm looking at the less probability trades. So your GBP, are we going for the previous day high or for the previous day low? Ghost Whale, what's good, my man? Yo, bro. He's saying, what's up, brother? Probably for the high, but we can also not tell based off the daily candle, right? I need established movement onto the upside, right? Something like that. Then from there on, we are going to trade into the previous day high. Has not happened, and there is actually quite a high likelihood that we are going to do that, because pay attention to all of these weeks. 1, 2, 3. All of these weeks are telling you market is getting less and less strong to go to the downside. Also with 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 candles onto the downside. So the likelihood, basically the same scenario that I've explained to you on the other pair, the likelihood becomes pretty high or higher that the next candle is going to be a bullish candle, okay? So that's basically the idea of it. But we just can't trade that pair. Now AUD CHF is an interesting one for today. Why is that? Because we have taken out the liquidity in here. This was the last day that we have traded, right? We have taken a trade on this candle, this one, and we have identified we're going to go for the previous day high. That has happened. Now the problem is we have already reached into the previous, into the relative equal highs in here, into the liquidity. Now whether or not those are relative equal highs, we have to go into the 4-hour time frame and so on. Yes, those could be relative equal highs on the 1-hour time frame. But anyways, that doesn't even matter for right now. Problem is just that we have already traded into this entire liquidity point. So the next likelihood is still that we're going for the high and not for the low, of course, right? But this already becomes less of a higher probability because we have taken out that liquidity point. However, I also do think that it's going to be our best bet for this entire week. Now, AUD USD is not something that I like to participate in, because in here it's even more obvious. Now, AUD CHF, we only had that liquidity point, which arguably weren't even relative equal highs, right? Now, they're a little bit more subjective, but these are clean relative equal highs. Those are 100% relative equal highs, right? So this is not something that I like to participate in that sense. But there's a slight benefit of this pair. In order for us to reach into the previous day high, we don't even need like 10 pips or what, okay? We only need like a very little bit of movement to trade onto the upside. So let me see how the position will be looking like. This is something that I really appreciate about this trade, and I might even take a riskier position on the star pair, but I really just recommend trade AUD CHF, okay? That's like that thing. AUD NZD, let's go over it. Have we taken out the previous day high? No, we didn't yet. Let me zoom in just to double check. Oh, like very closely. We have not taken it out yet, but like on certain brokers or different brokers, it is going to be taken out. Let me quickly check on FXDM. Usually I tell everybody, especially my students, only go to Oanda. But in these cases, I like to check, has it also happened for other brokers? Okay, so in here, that's also not taken out. Okay, so that's confirmation that there is potential to trade onto the upside. So now we are back at Oanda, as you can see. Always, like all of my pairs are always on Oanda. Keep that in mind, right? I don't like to go on different ones. And I also think that if you're trying to follow my logic and also my trades, and most likely you also have to go to Oanda. Like not the broker, but just on TradingView and do the analysis on. So probably we are trading, or most likely, to the previous day high. Problem is there's not going to be enough movement to trade onto the upside. Let me see. Yeah, we're not going to take this trade. Now the reason for that is, in order for our take profit to reach, we need, basically this little bit of price movement, right? So into the previous day high, it's the previous day high, remember? This little bit of price action is basically gifted, right? Right? But then this entire price action move in here, so let me do it like blue. This one is not gifted. This is basically the market just has to be favorable to move onto the upside. This probably will also take profit just because of the nature of a negative versus reward, but I'm not willing to take this. Okay, so we're going to remove it. NZD, USD. We check them. Okay, so we can't tell. We're going for the previous day high, previous day low, or for the previous day high. You can't tell, right? Now, given that we have this price action gap and whatnot, probably for the high, but you just can't tell. Once again, you need a candle just like that one. You see the difference in it? A candle like that one that needs to trade onto the upside, and then from there on you can trade higher. So let's go to NZD CAD. It's also same scenario, 50-50 scenario. You can't tell for the low or for the high. I don't know. USD CHF, there's more of a different scenario because this candle is probably going to trade onto the upside. Also more of a risky scenario. Like I don't recommend everybody to take this trade. There's a simple reason for it, because by definition this is also a 50-50 candle because it has a strong wick, right? And you need a little bit of more confirmation to go onto the upside, right? So preferably this entire candle would be in here. This will be safer to take. Now on the high risk account, I'm probably still going to take it. And GBP USD has already taken out the previous day low. It's also like more of a newer pair that we're looking out for. So let's go over the market. So we wanted to basically go to AUD CHF. This was one of our trading opportunities. This was yesterday's trade for everybody that has just tuned in. You can also just rewatch a live stream if you want the analysis on that one. So I'm going to remove it. This is probably going to be our first opportunity. Trade onto the upside. Now there's like a big problem here. I don't like this no way candle. I've like just recently saw it, right? And this is, hang on, let me see how the position will be looking like if we're going to take the trade approximately. Okay, so we are definitely able to endure that entire thing. More of a tricky one. Out of discretion, I'm not willing to take this trade, to be honest, right? Rather stick to AUD USD. Okay, then AUD USD is going to be the pair of the day. I'd rather stick to that one. I just didn't like how the no weak candle is looking like in here. Probably we are going to trade onto the downside, and even in here we have small low price action gaps, so there is definitely potential to trade lower. So I'd rather not take it because of this no weak candle. Okay, guys. Let me quickly go to AUD USD. Okay, so almost about to hit the 0 AM candle. Yeah, we're going to take this position and potentially even going to optimize it. Hang on real quick. So original position will be looking something like that. Stop loss, how much is that going to be? Can reside below this candle low, because this entire FAG is basically the last protection point, right? If it falls back into this FAG, it's not going to magically reverse. Or if it does, then it might as well still take you out, because this would be the original SL approximately, and then go on to the upside. But right, this is just hypothetical in that sense, so we're not going to take it. This is okay to optimize like that. It's going to be our entry refinement. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Potentially you could shoot all the way to that FAG, but I also don't recommend it. There's nothing really logical to put it off from. And hang on, I'm a AUD USD. I'm gonna base it off from AUD USD. Here it is. And we're going to take the entry in a couple of seconds. So let's wait those couple of seconds out. Now we're going to take the trade. So this one we didn't want to participate in. This one also not. NZD CAD also not. USD CHF. This is more of the risky trade. Yeah. So we're going to take both of these positions. Okay, so AUD USD. Just a bit. Okay. 0.01 lots. AUD USD it is. So for some reason it's not showing to me that we have 0. I'm gonna just put a limit order in here just to be safe. If it's take profit before we're going to get it, then that is what it is. It happens. We're going to do it right in here. Stop loss. Going to reside in here. And then take profit. Hang on. That's going to be the take profit. It would be nice if there's like a way to, you know, have like a way to determine the entry right from the sort of candle open, right? Because you can basically only do it with like a market order. That's like the closest thing you'll get to that. Or at least, I don't know of a better way. So I was also interested in USD CHF, as far as I know. We're also going to take this one. Okay, this is at the open, so it's okay to just take it like that. USD CHF, here it is. 0.01 lots, just to be sure. Buy. There we go. For this one, there is not really entry refinement because we're not going to put our entire stop loss below this low, because then we're just minimizing it by too little. I mean, by too much. So that's like not an option for us in here. And for take profit, that's also too much. Yeah, so we are basically just going to take the position as it is. There's not going to be any entry refinements. It's going to be stop loss. It's going to be take profit. Here it is. And then AUD CHF. Don't be fucking around, just get us into the trade and then we can trade on to the upside. Yeah, so how was everybody's week been doing? Have everybody that has just joined the stream, have you taken the trade that we have taken yesterday? Just let me know in the chat real quick. So quickly, once again, the reason why we have not taken this one is because of the no wick candle, and I really don't like to see that, right? And we have also just taken liquidity, which that could still be a valid trade, but just because of that one, I'm not going to take it. Now I might be saying, well, you have 10 different reasons on why to take a trade, and you have like one reason not to take the trade, right? This is exactly what you have to wait in the confirmation. I have told you so many times, guys, you have to wait it. If there is such a big thing, because for me, that plays a big role why I'm not willing to take a trade. Okay, so that's why you have to keep that in mind. So, Richard, hang on. So Richard was saying, Robo Kelly was saying, finally joined live. This is my first time. Greetings, Star. What's up, my brother? It's the first time that you joined the stream. I already saw you in the comments and also in the Discord. Where have you been the entire time, man? The thing is, I also have a lot of problems setting up the stream, right? So you're not the only guy that has problems with technical shit. I hate technical shit. Like, it's not one of my strengths. I'd rather focus on anything else that is not technical, right? I like to work on other aspects in that sense. Alright, so we are at 9 likes. I'm gonna do the push-ups once we're at 10. It's gonna take a little bit. So I see that on CTrader we have gotten into the trade. So this is how it looks currently. We've basically entered USD CHF and also AUD USD. These are going to be the pairs for today. Once again, guys, AUD USD is going to be the pair that you could potentially copy trade if you want me, guys. No financial advisor and all of that kind of stuff. If you want that one, you can follow. But USD CHF, it's going to be more of an advanced trade in that sense, or more of a risky trade. So keep that in mind. This is not something that I really recommend. All right, guys. So yeah, man. Has anybody copied one of my trades? Tell it to me just in the chat. Robo Kelly, have you followed the trades? Or also the one from yesterday? Oh, hang on, you weren't there from yesterday's trade. But I've seen you watch it because you have commented on the video. Have you taken the trade from yesterday? Yes or no? And if yes, then lucky you. But I had like a brilliant idea to actually maximize our profits. Like, actually a pretty cool idea. But I am going to touch on that once some more people join. Let's just say we have 15 people joining and like a little bit more of the community. Like, let's just say you know, there's always going to be new ones, like new people that are joining in. They're not going to, like, they just basically don't know what's up. But anybody that has been watching for a little bit longer, and if there's like more people watching, then I'll propose this idea to everybody. So yeah, Robo Kelly's first time joining in. There's always going to be a first time, brother. Always like that. Ugh. Damn. So the last time I was on Twitch, there was some kind of shit going on. Somebody messaged into the chat, and then I just got like banned, or for some reason, like not banned, but the messages just got deleted or something like that. Like I don't even really know what it was. There was some kind of stuff going on there. I remember. I remember. Na 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 na. So yeah. I always wonder, 7 people watching, nobody is writing into the chat. Like, come on, man, do you really want me to be silent in these kind of streams? Like, just type in something, man. Yeah, so yesterday's trade, I wanted to trade a different pair, I remember, but I think that it would have been a loss if we would have taken it, but I'm not sure on that one. And I also can't tell you, like, right from the start, which one was it. And also these kinds of days, it looks so obvious. So for example, let's just say that we haven't taken a trade for today, and I'm just going to go in here, okay? So in this day, it looks so obvious that we are just going to trade for the previous day low and not for the high, right? But in these kinds of situations, you have to keep in mind that this entire candle, so I'm referring to this one right in here, it has leg lower, right? So it has an entire price gap, like I don't know, 4 hour or 1 hour, right? There is or should be a price action gap. Hang on, FX for play is messing up everything. Here there's a price action gap. That's why it's not so obvious that we are going to trade for the previous day low, which is basically going to be this candle, I'm sure. And yeah, in hindsight, it always looks so obvious, but then in the reality, it's looking quite different, right? So yeah. And in hindsight, we are all the smartest people on earth. Until eventually we are not. And then we just got stopped out. Then all of a sudden we're not so smart anymore. Ten likes. Okay, I'm gonna do them in just a bit. Damn, like this time we got the likes up so fast. Like, we are 30 minutes in and already all of the likes. All of the likes are already fulfilled. Crazy stuff. Probably a record. 12 people watching right now. What's good, guys? How's everybody doing? Or you know what? I'm gonna change actually the title. I'm gonna do it from, hang on, disclaimer. Like, put it like this. So 10 likes equals 50 push-ups. Okay. And no, I am not going to crank like 150 push-ups if you give me 30 likes. Like, come on, man. So Roger was saying you might have hit TP. Yeah, could be. Hang on, check it out. Not yet, I guess. Well, AUDUSD is moving. AUD is not only moving, but it has they take profit. That's cool stuff. And yeah, like not all of these trades are going to be this fast. This one was. So Souther Partisan was saying, get pushing, brother. In the last stream, somebody was asking me if I'm from Bangladesh. I'm not from Bangladesh, man. Hang on a second. I've told you guys, like, I'm somewhat of a magician in that sense, right? I've told you a couple of times now, I'm able to just basically spawn in food. Don't ask me how I'm doing this, but that's just what I do as a magician. That's just what magicians do in that sense. Okay, so I'm going to do the push-ups and then we're going to get eating, because doing it the other way around is like the most shit thing ever to do. Ooh, are we moving? Roger was saying, yeah, it would ruin your stomach. For sure, man. It would definitely ruin the stomach. So Southern Patson was saying, nice. Good shit. That's what I'm talking about. So there was this one thing I had in my life. I had to basically run and get the keys. It was like a whole different story, but to basically get you the idea. And I was beforehand had a very big meal, like they call it kebab, right? In Germany it's called Döner. I ate that stuff and then I had to go for the run. Like everything in my stomach was just making these sounds, right? And I almost had to throw up. Since then I'm never like doing, or I avoid as much as possible doing sports after I've eaten something, right? Now 50 push-ups is also not something like extreme, right? Because you do 50 push-ups and then you're just resting. But like running for like 30 minutes, it's sort of more the duration of what you're doing and not the difficulty. Because push-ups are not the most difficult thing in the world, don't get me wrong. But like push-ups are like rather intense, but only for a very short period of time. Whereas if you're running, it's not intense, but since you're just running for that long, it's getting very intense. So yeah, we got some chicken. We got some potatoes. We got some mayo. We got some oil. Quality oil. Type shit. I think that USD-CHF and AUD-USD are probably inverted. Could be. Like, I don't know, but could be. Roger was saying that's horrible, bro. That was like very horrible. Cardio is the worst. Yeah. A lot of people don't like cardio. Like, talk to your friend or whoever is going to the gym. Like, ask them, do you really like cardio? Nobody likes that shit. But cardio, personally, doing cardio in the gym is for me harder than doing it in nature. I would rather much like to do it in nature, and that's also what I have been doing for like a long time. When I was like very into sports. Like, it's not that I'm unfit right now, but there was a time where I was like active, very active. And in that time, I just went rather outside and just run a little bit than just being on like a treadmill. I always find it just way better. And just overall, being in nature is like way better for you anyways. But yeah, cardio is really the worst out of like every exercise type that you could do. For real. And also, guys, if you're seeing something like that, okay? This is just like a general thing. If you're seeing something like this and you want to trade onto the upside, and you see that, oh shit, hourly candle is going down lower, you know, should I just exit out of the position? Worst thing you could do. And there's actually a very easy reason for that. Look at the daily chart. Just look at the daily chart. On the daily chart, it looks much more safer and much more, now how do I put this? It looks much obvious more that you should go onto the upside. Now, of course, like you can have the best trading analysis in the world. And this has happened to me a lot of different times from backtesting, right? I'm not just making this shit up. I can show you my backtesting any day of the week, any time of the day. And we can even do like a backtesting session together, even in the stream. But my point was that I had trades where there was like a massive and like a very great opportunity where you said, you know, this has to hit take profit. It's the best setup you could ever wish for. Boom, hit a stop loss. Right? So this is where I always like to say it. Have the analysis, of course, but don't be like strictly, okay, the analysis are great, this has to be a take profit hit. Now there's like a couple of reasons why this trade is not as high probability as AUD USD. Like I've just told it to you, and this is probably also the reason why this has already hit a take profit and the other one hasn't yet. But don't get me wrong. As an example, this could be the high probability trade, right? And this pair could be the low probability trade. But this one take less time than the high probability trade, and it doesn't mean that, like, my point is like quality analysis do not determine the speed of price going into your take profit or not, right? But there's a little bit more into it. Just hang on a second. All right. So here we are with some water. With some to drink. Can you actually hear that? Okay, so Richard Robo Kelly was saying, can you review GBP USD yesterday bullish scenario? I think it was a good setup upside because we had an unfilled gap, plus relative equal highs, and liquidity was taken from previous day lows. Okay, I'm gonna look into that in just a bit. By the way, where you're from, brother? Like you've been new to the channel, as I suppose. Like, how are you? That kind of stuff. Where you from, man? I am going to look into GBP USD in just a bit. This is really delicious. Let me take a guess, you're from Bangladesh or something like that. Lately, there was a lot of guys from Bangladesh in here. Interesting. Guys, make sure to like the stream, very important. Okay? Like the stream, and also just subscribe to the channel so you're not going to miss out on future videos that I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of videos on my strategy. Yeah. Richard Bro Kelly was saying, from Africa, bro, Congo. Great shit, man. Would not expect that. Is that you on the profile picture? Guys, like 10 people watching, nobody writing in the chat. Come on, guys. Like, what is that shit? But I actually know a couple of people that are watching. I have like a trick. How does that trick work? I'm gonna tell you. I've seen some people subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it, guys. Fire. I'm gonna let it play on the 1 hour, on the 1 minute time frame, just so somebody, just so you have something to look at. I know, don't ask me like, oh, since when are you trading on the 1 minute? I'm never trading on the 1 minute, guys. It's just like for them, just to show you something. So Robo Kelly was saying, yeah, that's me in the profile picture. Nice, man. Good stuff. My man is a professional. In that outfit, you'll be looking like a professional, you know? You're on that real type of business. Roger was asking, did you ever trade the lower time frames? Yes. There was a point in time where I traded lower time frames. I also traded the 1 minute, 5 minute, 50 minute, all that stuff. But I don't think that it's really something that you should do. The reason for that is because on the 1 minute time frame, like just imagine this scenario, okay? We're going to go into the 1 minute time frame, like let's just say any pair, this one for example. Okay? Let's just say, just as an example, this is going to be your market structure shift, your confirmation to trade onto the upside because you have, I don't know, relative equal highs in here, okay? Now, if you are going to miss this candle, okay, no problem, you can still enter in here. Let's just say you looked away from the chart 2 or 3 minutes, okay? So then you're already in here. You wanted to take the trade on this candle, but since you have missed 2 to 3 minutes and like, you know it yourself how fast 2 to 3 minutes go by, you know, you just wanted to check something on your phone real quick, boom, 3 minutes are gone, and here you are, right? And then you wanted to take a position, something like that, right? Let's just say stop loss in here, take profit in there, as an example, but you have already missed a trade, right? So you basically have to camp on the 1 minute time frame to catch these kinds of things. Also another thing, it is very stressful to just look at the 1 minute time frame. And it takes also a lot of time from you, right? Because you have to monitor it. Now, let's just say that in an example where you are very disciplined, you're never going to look at your phone, you're never going to miss something. Basically, you want to tell me that you're a robot. But let's just say you're a robot. So that also means that you have to monitor the charts for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, maybe even more, right? And then sometimes you're still not going to have a trade. Like, this is the craziest thing ever if you think about it. So I'm just taking more of a like chill approach in that sense. I am on the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, that's it. The lowest I really go is on the 1 hour. Rarely ever do I go on the 15-minute time frame if I basically see a reason that we could refine the entry or something like that. But like most of the times I'm always just on the 1 hour time frame. This is the lowest time frame, right? Because like the analysis that we did like 30 minutes ago, it has taken out 5 minutes. And it's even going to take me less if I wouldn't have to explain every single move, every single step of my way of thinking, right? It would be even less. So that's like the thing, you know? Roger is saying if you have ADHD, it's over. 100%. It's really over, like on the 1 minute time frame. You're going to die, man. It's like literally your death sentence. Literally, man. You're dead. You're a dead man walking. The Walking Dead. It's no joke. It's really not cool. But yeah. Roger, what about you? Have you taken yesterday's trade that we have taken on AUD USD, I think it was? Or AUD CHF? Nah, it was AUD USD, I'm pretty sure. Like anybody that is watching right now that has also watched yesterday's stream, have you taken a trade? Yesterday I had some technical issues. I don't know what it was exactly, but what's it called? The internet connection was just messing around, and then yeah, that was that. I just couldn't take a trade anymore. Not a trade. I mean, I just couldn't stream anymore like that. And yes, I could have like restarted the internet, but you know, until that, like that's already so much time passing until the router restarts and all that kind of crap. You know, I was like, we have already streamed for like more than an hour. I think that was fine to do. You know? Hang on a second. There we are. We got some mayo going on. But like nowadays, everybody has ADHD for some reason. Richard Robokelly was saying, yeah, I took AUD CHF a little bit later and a good price, and TP was done. Great to hear, man. Congratulations for catching that trade. That's how we doing it. This is what we do. Richard Robokelly was like giving this emoji. I suppose that's like a thank you. You're welcome, man. Roger was saying, nah, bro, I passed out last night. It was a long day. Really understand it, you know. Sometimes life just, you know, is getting caught up in that sense to us. And then we just don't have that much time or energy. I really get that. Especially when I was working like a regular 9 to 5 job. I also like saw how many times life just caught up with you, right? And you're not really able to trade. Okay, so surprisingly, AUD would have also hit a take profit by now. But it's no problem. I don't regret now taking this trade. Once again, no wick candle in here. So probably this was also not the best opportunity for us to put this bid in, right? This might as well, you know, went a little bit higher, almost hit our take profit, and then just went lower and lower, and right? Especially because there is reasons to go lower. If we're going to go into 1 hour time frame, FEG1, okay, FEG2 has already been hit. But this FEG has also been staying up, also with relative equal lows. So I just don't recommend that. So I don't regret not taking the trade. Yeah, man. Smokers, write something in the chat. Sometimes your annoying ass gets missed. Because I know you're watching. Damn, like a live streaming gets so many subscribers for some reason. Guys, but if you're subscribing, make sure to turn on the notification bell. Like Robo Kelly, Rogers, please turn on the notification bell so you're actually going to get notified when I'm uploading. Because else you're not going to get like notified, right? So you don't even know when I'm uploading or when I'm live streaming. You don't want to miss out on these live streams. Now, yes, I am announcing them on a Discord, but you know. Let me check. I use DCGF. Rolling back right now. There's going to be potential to trade higher. I mean, we also have the relative equal highs in here, but they're like more so on the 1 hour time frame. It would be very good if this candle would be a no-wick candle. This would be very good. Like this specific candle in here. This would be very good. Because then there would be even more reason to trade higher. Basically, same scenario what has happened in here. See, we had relative equal highs. So this one basically, because on the 15-minute time frame, like all of this, on your 15-minute, going on, probably you can't see it. All of this, on your 15-minute time frame is going to look something like this, right? This is going to be a swing high, pretty sure. Like on the 1 minute time frame, even whatever. And so this is going to create enough liquidity for us to then trade onto the upside. And these are going to be internal. Hang on, this would be your internal if we are willing to trade this, of course. Like this is already long over. This will be your internal liquidity. No, why can I not write? Internal, and this is going to be your external. Right? And then, yeah, we will be trading onto the upside. And it will be fire if this will be the same for this one. So Roger was saying live streams and shorts do the best usually. Yeah, they do the best at subscribers. But subscribers, I think subscribers were like a great thing, like at least on YouTube in the past. I think because back in the day, if you subscribe to the channel, everybody is going to get notified, right? Now though, if you're subscribed to the channel and like you just don't give a fuck about the videos, then like YouTube is going to not recommend it to you in your watch list, in your subscriptions basically, because YouTube thinks, okay, that guy is not interested in, so we're not going to suggest them their videos anymore. And mainly what I'm looking out for is not subscribers, but to just reach people, I guess. And also watch hours. Like being monetized is pretty cool stuff, to be honest. Because like getting money on top of what you do anyways, you know, who wouldn't take that? Like I'm doing these videos either way. So I might as well just get something out of it. Like being monetized in that sense. Have you been running like a YouTube channel or something like that? Because like lately, I am meeting a lot of people who have been running like a YouTube channel or something like that. Look at weekly of USDCHF. But that's the thing that stopped me taking this one. USDCHF, hang on. Yep. You're actually right on it. Like true. I haven't looked out too much on it. But like you're definitely true on that. It's like basically a double gap. And there's still reason to trade on the downside. Now this is by definition not a no-way candle because there is like a very small little wick in here. Here I'm going to zoom in for everybody that doesn't see it. Here. See, that's like a no-way candle. But still, even if it's like just a small candle, small wick, there's still potential to trade on the downside. So yeah, definitely spot on. You see, like for anybody that doesn't know, Ghost Whale is one of my students. You know, he's seeing things that don't even I see. Appreciate it, brother. But it's also interesting, right? People have different views, people have different things that they look out for. So we both took the same decision in that sense. We didn't take a trade. However, we have seen different things, right? So it's also cool. Ghostwhale was putting a heart into the chat. All love, man. Ghostwhale was saying took small on silver. I always forget what the ticker was for silver. ZAG USD. Hang on, and actually, ZAG USD. Let me put ONA in it. Here we are, and right below gold. Okay, let's go to weekly. You took a small on silver. Let me take a guess which one you took. Probably long. I think you took a long. Like looking at this chart from this perspective. Okay, you have relative equal highs in here. These are going to be internal relative equal highs. It's going to be external relative equal highs. No-way candle in here, that's what you like to see. And even more externally, but this is just too far away. This doesn't contribute too much anymore. That's just additional information, okay? Definitely be able to take. I mean, it's already going onto the upside. Okay, so based off the daily time frame, this is basically what I'm thinking about this trade. Based off the daily time frame, this could be looking a little bit better, to be honest. But based off 4 hour, 1 hour, this is already like a different story, and it's actually looking quite good. This also aligns with, I don't know if you have been into this one. We have done like a live meeting in the mentorship, but I think only a different guy from the mentorship joined. And in case he's watching, he also knows what's up. With the relative equal highs and relative equal lows, if like, how do you determine if you have relative equal lows, but you also have relative equal highs? Which one are you going to take? Like, just let me know in the mentorship chat if you want more specific things on that one. I think you have taken it like a little bit coincidentally, but it actually aligns pretty well. Ghostway was saying, yeah, daily was not the best, but 4 hour looks prime. Just taking it to the high. Yes, 4 hour looks actually pretty prime. I do recommend trying to close it as early as possible, right? Like trading all the way to the previous day high. it is like there is a good likelihood that it's going to happen, but just to keep it safe, just play it safe. Don't push your luck too far, too much, right? Now looking at this from the daily perspective, there is also like more reason to trade onto the upside. We have this entire BPR, which is actually looking very clean, to be honest. Because the BPR, gamma, market it out, BPR has not violated this swing high. So that's already something that we really appreciate in this trade. There's reasons to trade onto the upside, but you just can't tell if it's going to do some fuckery one more time and then from here on onto the upside. So try to get out of the trade sooner than later. Okay? Just like keep that in mind. We're trying to minimize the risk basically. Ghostway was saying he shared the screenshot in the group. Okay. For anybody wondering, I'm looking at this trade right now. Not going to show it on stream right now, but yep. Yeah, it's looking good. Can't leave it like that. Think so. Think it's fine. Good trade, man. Ghostway is saying tomorrow I'll join the live stream. You're free to join, man. Join the live stream tomorrow. Probably also going to be live streaming tomorrow. Like most likely. I have some stuff to do tomorrow. But yeah. Smokers was saying, don't you get in trouble for too much risk exposure since you started trading mini pairs? No, I don't. Ghost with 17 likes. That's crazy, man. Like, I really appreciate it. It's probably like a new record for now. But like this time we've gotten the likes very fast. Smash that. We're doing that. Smash that like button. We're on that shit again. Like on that idiotic type of smash the like button. And the YouTubers, or at least like the OG, they also smash the like button, you know? It's like almost they're smashing you in that sense. Smokers was asking how much do you risk? Go watch the latest video, it's probably going to explain it. The latest video is going to explain it to you. Smokers, so we were talking about your payout yesterday. So once again, you said you're profitable, but you have gotten a payout, yet you have lost the account. How does that work? Like, don't get me wrong, you getting a payout is already like, you know, You're already ahead of a lot of people. But the question is, are you able to keep an account? What risk to avoid were you trading when you lost 3 times? And what is your win rate? Tell me these 2 things. One for one. But then you're not profitable, because when you're trading a 1 for 1, so you have watched my videos, you already know that stuff. Like, you are going to lose, like, what, 15 times in a row or something like that, right? Why are you risking 1% per trade? If you know that you are going to lose 10 times in a row, why are you risking 1% per trade? Like, in what mind does that make sense? So conclusion is, you are not profitable, because you have not even learned the basics of trading, which is risk management. It's the easiest part of trading, right? Like, pull up the mirror. I'm always doing that. Here. Right, I've marked it out like this. You know, there's like risk management, there's psychology, and there's strategy. Risk management is by far the easiest, right, out of all of these. You're saying you're profitable, but you couldn't even do the very easiest of those. Smoker's saying, I didn't think I would lose. Well, then, once again, you're not profitable. Like, why didn't you think that you would lose? Right? So, not only do you know how risk management works, not only do you not know your strategy well enough, because you thought that you're not going to lose 3 times in a row. I mean, your mistake is not even... Yes, your mistake is the trading and the risk management, all of that, but your very first mistake was having a challenge where your max drawdown was 3%. Like, that was the very first mistake. Then the second mistake is you don't know the basics of trading, which is going to be risk management. The third thing is you don't even know your system. Right? You don't know the basics of trading. So, brother, hate to break it to you, hate to be the one, you're not profitable. Smokers was saying the instant funding made me not care about the 3% drawdown. Once again, the very first mistake was that you selected the instant funding to begin with. Like, that's the very first mistake. There had been a prop firm where I said that it's worth it doing it. I don't remember which one it was exactly. Like, instant funding was never like my first choice to begin with in like any scenario, but I do think it can be done. But many people believe that instant funding is good for beginners, right? You know, let me get a payout real quick. Instant funding is for somebody that is actually more experienced into this. It's actually the opposite, right? Because you see, we're not even able to do the risk management of that entire thing. So you get my point? So conclusion made. Don't select the funding pips, instant funding to begin with. Select something else, like two-step. There's like different firms who are also giving you instant funding, but for a much better deal. Watch my profit from tier list. I think it was there. I've touched on a couple of ones in that video. I want a quick payout, but then once again, you're not profitable, right? Like, we're not talking about payout, we're talking about profitability. In the last stream, you were saying you're profitable. Here I am telling you, like, I'm not telling you, I'm proving to you. I'm proving to you, like, you know, here's the list, like, hand on hand, black on white, paper. Here's the proof. You know, and that paper says I'm profitable. But don't get me wrong, like, getting a payout is already something that is an achievement. Most people don't even get to their payouts, okay? Most people blow the challenge. But once again, like, you have been into my channel for quite some time now, and I've explained this so many times. And for some reason, you're not getting the point of what I'm trying to say in these videos. Maybe you're one of those guys who just skips the video. Remember, like, yesterday when we were watching CoffeeZilla, I just skipped the video. That's probably how you're watching my videos. Now, yes, I have also skipped CoffeeZilla's video. But I'm not really trying to learn something out of it, right? It's like, to me, that was more of an entertainment thing, because there was also not that much valuable information. It was talking about that retail traders are impossible to get profitable. Like, it's absolutely not the truth. It's not the truth. We have seen it. We have living proof. Don't take me, right? Because people are so easy to point on, you're talking about yourself. That's why you think you're profitable. Yes, I'm also talking about myself, but don't take me as an example. Take somebody else that you know about that is profitable. How is he doing it? Okay? Like, whether it's a YouTuber or whatever. Now, a lot of the times, the bigger the YouTuber, the more likely it becomes that he's unprofitable. That's like a thing. That's like a problem. So you would have to find rather somebody small, like maybe even bigger than me, but, you know, 500k is probably not profitable. Smokers was saying, bro, you should try shorts live. You'll get more views. Yeah, bro, that's actually a good idea. I tried to do that, man. It's not so easy. Like, multiple times now, I tried to do it. Unfortunately, YouTube wants you to have 2 streams open at the same time. One stream is going to be for vertical. One stream is going to be for shorts. Yeah. Like, I tried to do it, but it's unfortunately not working. Yeah. Smokers was asking, how many pairs do you trade? Like, basically all of the ones you see on the right, but except for USD, SGD, and then everything lower. Everything lower, I am just like either looking out for other people, such as gold or silver. You know, these are the kinds of things that I'm looking out for. Other people, if they want analysis. Or crypto, I'm taking it as a long-term investment sort of thing. I don't take it as something that I like to invest into it. And then, yeah, this is like a stock that I've also been investing into it. Yeah. Dang it, dang. Hang on, what? Okay. So yeah, basically all of the ones on the right. That's how it goes. Hang on a second. So Smokers was saying, what do you think of women? What should I think about women? Richard is having a laugh, man. First of all, it was, what do you think about prison? What do you think about women? What's the next? What are you going to come up with next? And also, you still haven't responded to what I told you. What do you think about the idea, or not the idea? Sorry, I'm correcting myself. What do you think about the fact that you're not profitable? Because, like, I really want you to basically have it in front of you. If you don't understand that, then you're not going to get profitable. It sounds like I'm trying to be provocating, but it's really just so you understand it. This is going to get you profitable, because at the end of the day, I want you to get profitable. Everybody that's watching right now, I want you to get profitable, right? In fact, there's actually a disadvantage if you're not going to get profitable, because after all, you're watching my stream. Smoker saying, I don't know how I'm not profitable if I made more than I spent. Okay, so the definition of being profitable, okay, you have made more than you have spent. Profitable to me, or in trading, profitable is if you have been profitable for a longer period of time. That is profitability, right? So yeah, by idea, you are profitable, granted, but out of the idea of profitable for a long period of time, do you know, or are you able to do what it takes to have another payout, right? That's basically the thing. Now, like, don't get me wrong, we also don't know how many challenges you have blown in order to get those 800. But I believe you, okay? I believe you that, you have spent, let's just say, 200 and made 800, okay? That's like a good return on investment, don't get me wrong. But like, once again, the problem is you don't even know the fundamentals of being profitable, right? The risk management that I've just explained to you, you are not expecting to lose 3 times in a row. Like, come on, man. Like, that is a beginner mistake. Guys, 2 more likes and I'm gonna do the push-ups. Smokers, yo, hang on, everybody that's watching. Smokers was saying, the reason I wasn't risk managed is because my strategy is OP. I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. Now you're just a troll, pretty sure. And I also still believe that you are somebody that I'm close with. Like, very, very sure. Probably you are trolling. And that payout was most likely also not yours. Because there's a lot of things not adding up. And my stomach really disappoints me. 20 likes. Okay, man. Okay, I'm gonna do push-ups. Or else it gets too much, and then, yeah. Like, I am not going to be cranking 100 push-ups. Ain't gonna happen, so let's rather do them now. And then, yeah. Here we go, guys. Man, shit's warm as hell. Like, really. So, Umar Rizra was saying hello. Hello, brother, what's good? How are you, man? Imagine, like, I'm guessing you have just joined in when I was doing the push-ups. Imagine somebody just joining in. He expected some training. That guy just doing push-ups on the floor. But yeah, what's up, brother? How are you? How's the stuff going? Smoker saying, if it's not mine, why does it have my name on it? How do I know your name? Like, you can take a random person's payout and just send it into the chat. And you can also not reverse Google search that shit, because it has never been on Google. Like, if somebody just has it on like a server in that sense, we cannot even like reverse it in that sense, like on Google. You get what I'm saying? Hang on, looking at something real quick. Guys. So, so Saji Hamza was saying 100 push-ups. Brother, like, I already did push-ups. Like, I am doing 10 and 10. So 10 push-ups equals 50. I've already done them. Then we have hit 20 likes. Then I did 10 push-ups. 50 push-ups. And that's like 100. Like, I'm not going to do 100 push-ups in a row. Right? Maybe in the future, if I get better at it, then we can do 100 in a row. But like, as of right now, max is like 60 or something push-ups in a row. And then from there on, like, those are not going to be like push-ups anymore. It's going to be some female shit after like 60 or so. Smoker is saying, I hear you, but I have a screenshot of the email from Blueberry. So good, man. It doesn't play that much of a role. I believe you in that sense. Like what you just said previously, you have just said that you're profitable. Profitable to me is if you're profitable for a longer period of time, which, like, unfortunately, you don't know the basics, the fundamentals of being profitable, which is risk management. I've just showed it to you, right? You need risk management, you need psychology, and also your strategy. If one of them is missing, you're not profitable, right? Now, unfortunately, one of them is already missing, which is risk management. So like that's already not profitable. Smoker is saying, do you think it's impossible for someone who's unprofitable to get a payout? No, never said that. I do think it's possible, just like it's possible to win at a slot machine, right? Which in the slot machine, you don't even have to be like good in that sense. I mean, there is nothing to be good at. It's really just luck. But yeah, somebody unprofitable can also get a payout, definitely. So yeah, how the trade is running. We've been doing like 2 hours stream or so. You know, that's like kind of has became our norm. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up like 2 hours straight up, just every single day, right? Depending on how many people are joining and all of that kind of stuff. That's all something that matters to me at least. But yeah. Smoker saying, how much is a small account at? There you go, man. Like, are you watching on a phone or PC? Because if you're watching on the phone, you can like zoom in with your fingers and you can see it, because on the phone, probably you cannot see it as well. Because I've sometimes having that issue when I'm watching something on my phone and there's like small text and I cannot see it. Or hang on, I can actually do it for you. Look how kind I am. Here. Now I already know Smoker's going to say some shit like, that's not like a lot. I think I know you well enough. Smoker saying you should be at 100 by now. Maybe next time. So what I also like about this trade, by the way, that we have this entire BPR that has not been traded back into. Yeah. Smokers, I have somebody really good that you can watch it. I know somebody who turned 100 into 1 million. The trade is gonna lose. Let's bet 10k. Brother, you don't even have 10k. Come on. Thank you for the hearts. Whoever is spamming in hearts, thank you, brother, man. Appreciate it. My man is spamming hard in the chat. Appreciate it, brother. This one has already hit take profit. I was thinking about putting the take profit in here, but like I don't think that's like that was just an idea. I don't think that's a good idea in that sense. And I like that we have not done that. It's better to do it this way. So Yeah, smokers, do you want to hear of somebody who turned 100 into 1 million? Come on, man. Like, you should be interested in that. Mamba FX? No. Alex. Don Ares. Yo, Don Aresqueta. Yes, I'm talking about Alex G, but the real question is, do you really believe that he has done it? Like, come on. You know, you have just typed in Alex, so, like, I don't know if you believe that shit or not, so just tell me. Because I was, like, just joking around. This shit is fake as hell. He has not turned 100 into 1 million. Best traders in the world were not able to do that. Best traders in the world might have turned 3K into 250K, something like that. And that is already, like, big of an accomplishment. But they have not turned 100 into 1 million. Like, come on, man. Go on. What? Don Aresqueta was saying Rick Broker. Yeah, not only Rick Broker. There's a thing, right? So there is a way to basically have your own MT5 in that sense. Like, I don't know how to explain it better. Like, your own sort of server in that sense, and you can place whatever different trades. So I can place a trade from 2010 and then say, you know, I've taken that, and it's actually going to show that, you know, in the broker statement, you know, Star Trading has basically put that order in 2010, although I've like never traded in that sense, right? So that's why it's also important to live stream it. Alex G is never going to be live streaming that shit, turning 100 into 1 million. Never going to happen. If that is going to happen, he's actually going to live stream from end to finish. Then, you know, I might as well buy his course for everybody that is also watching the stream. The reason why I'm so sure about this is because it's not going to happen. It's impossible. Okay? Don Arsqueta. I'm gonna just call you Don, okay? Don was saying, and I think the broker was also his, or he was a partner. Yeah, like around that thing. I also like either it was the thing that I just explained, or as you said, his partner with the broker, or it was his own broker. Like one of these three options. Like there is a reason why he's like, look, I'm live streaming right now, right? You cannot fake the shit, right? If we are going to go, if somebody really wants to investigate, and let's just say I am turning this account into, well, it doesn't even have to be 10K, like let's say 1K, okay? Or something even lower than that, 100 bucks. So basically that's already like quadruple your account. Like that is already, you have to see it in a percent. Yo, hang on, what is that? Langen, what is that shit, man? GFT is best prop from, man, yo, if you spam that in one more time, then I'm gonna kick you, okay? Stop that shit. Don't spam in GFT best. This is probably a bot. I think that's a bot. Anyways, it was one of these things, either like his own broker, partner, or whatever it's going to be. No, there's a reason why I'm live streaming. If somebody really wants to investigate it, right? Then, you know, if you really want to do the effort, you have to go through the entire streams and you will see I have taken those exact same shitty trades, right? I'm not just like gonna do a video and say, yo guys, here's like, I've turned 20 bucks into 1K. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. Like I might do an entire video once, like I've already, and actually just even when we're at 40 bucks, I've already doubled the account. You have to see it in a percentage wise of point. In that point, I'm gonna do a video, right? Because why not? But you can rewind the entire streams. They have all been documented on my YouTube. You will see exactly I have taken every single shitty trade. And not just, yo guys, I've turned 100 into 1 million. Come on, man. Pretty sure that Langan guy is just the bot. I will look at Kinfo maybe next time or something like that. Just tell me about it. Like, what is it about? Has somebody turned 100 into 1 million? Because I really recommend, like, to you smokers, this goes to you personally, I recommend to you watching Alex G. I think this is more of the type of content that you would like to see, okay? I don't think that my content is appropriate for you. Really. Like, just from one guy to another guy, one like man to man. Hang on, so Smoker saying it's like FX book, but more regulated, okay? Once again, what I want to say, smokers, I recommend to you watching Alex G, okay? And also Mamba FX. I think those are going to be the ones that you're just going to be way more better. And what's it called? Yeah, that content, that education, what they're providing you is going to fit your way of thinking and also your mindset of trading way better than me. Because I'm basically saying the opposite of what these guys are saying. So Don Orasqueta is, so just Don is saying my FX book is legit but needs to be live. Yes, agreed. The problem is that his account wasn't live. There's a lot of problems with his account. Like there's Smoker is saying, are you saying Alex G is better than you? Yes, 100%. Alex G is better to watch for you, just for you, than me. For everybody else that is watching the stream, like I don't know who, I mean, I know a couple of people are watching, but like for everybody else that is watching, yes, my channel is going to be better because it's going to provide you with actual real information and how to get profitable. And I'm also doing a live stream. Once again, you cannot fake that shit. How are you going to fake a live stream? You cannot even pre-record that shit because the price action is live, right? This exact price action, even if even if somebody likes to fake that shit, you can go back into time and see if this exact same price action looked like this on this specific day. So you cannot fake that shit. Like no matter how you do it, it's not possible. Don was saying it's pure content. Exactly. I'm not doing some lifestyle type of shit. You know, we're only talking about charts and trading as a whole, right? Like not only charts, there's also, you have to learn also the theory, right? Not everything is just practical. But overall, it is content, it's education, okay? So once again, smokers, I really recommend to you watching Alex G, Mamba FX, all these sort of guys. Smokers saying now we want to see Lambos. Nah, man, you're a troll. I know that. But I also appreciate you being in here because like I have something to talk about every time you're joining, and you're also very active. Don was saying one day, brother, one day, man. Everybody, hopefully everybody that's watching this stream, hopefully. Smokers was saying you're trolling, so I'll troll back. Okay. Gotcha, man. No, but like, you're trolling the entire time. Like, I don't know. I can't think of like a time where you were not trolling. Like, almost, to be honest. Don was asking, what do you think about Fivers? Fivers is the best prop firm that you can trade on. and I really recommend it. Now they do have a 0.5% daily profit minimum. So on 3 different days, can be the same one. On 3 separate days, you have to make at least 0.5% on each one of these, and only then you can pass. And this is going to be for phase 1 and phase 2. So you cannot pass like in just one trade. But I also don't think that this is needed to just pass it in one trade. But yeah, Fiverr is the best. Fiverr is, in terms of spread, in terms of customer support, like price is a little bit more expensive, but they are very trusted. The stream flies here again, and I really recommend it. Let's look at FTM or leaderboards. Smokers, do you man the stream fly? Smokers, do you understand that the FTMO leaderboards, put it like this: if I have a prop firm, I can make up a random leaderboard. Or if you have a prop firm, you can make a random leaderboard. You can put Star Trading at the top, even though he has never achieved those profits. You can put Smokers on the top, even though he has never achieved those profits. And who's going to prove you? Who's going to prove that you have not done that shit? Like, you cannot prove that shit. You can put anybody into the leaderboard there, right? Because it is also a big advertising move for a prop firm. Get that? So prop firm leaderboards, they don't mean much, okay? You can put anybody in there. What about Fiverr? Fiverr is something where I would more trust the leaderboard. But I also don't look into leaderboard. Like, neither do I look into it every single day, or neither do I actually ever look at the leaderboard, because the leaderboard, what does it really show me? Like, it's useless information. Yes, if you've seen it like somewhere on accident or somebody shows it to you, okay. But why would I look at the leaderboard, right? I care about what can I do for me, right? And your goal should also not be on the leaderboard. Your goal should just be, let me be profitable, let me take off the expensive. After that has been taken care of, then you can basically scale your entire trading journey in that sense. Like, your goal should not be on a prop firm leaderboard, especially because a prop firm leaderboard is also not something that people believe FTMO leaderboard, that's like the highest tier of trading. It's not, man. Things like maybe the Robbins Cup, which, I mean, there's also like a little bit of doubts about the Robbins Cup as well. But, take like the Robbins Cup, that's more of an accomplishment that you can look into, right? These are most likely going to be real people. Now, there's also like a thing that somebody once told me, and I really believe that it's true. The only thing that cannot be faked at trading is signals. Basically, what we're doing right now, I'm not encouraging to take the signal, to take the exact same trade that I'm taking. I'm not encouraging anybody to do that. But what's it called? Like, if you want that, yes. But signals is the only shit that cannot be faked. Payouts can be faked, leaderboards can be faked, everything, almost everything can be faked. Me streaming, me showing a trade, that cannot be faked. It's impossible. Once again, if even somebody tried to like pre-record that shit and just play it right in here, which that already is not possible because people are chatting in the stream right now, you can see it. But let's just say people are just going to rewind and see it. Well, has it actually looked like that on the day that you were streaming, right? So, hope you get my point. Don was saying, agree. Yes, ma'am. Smoker saying, so you never wanted to be on leaderboards? Not even once. Not like, it's not a bad thing to have. Like, if you're on a leaderboard, great shit. Like, it's not bad to have. But like, would you never wanted to win the lottery? Would you never want to win the lottery, man? Come on, be honest with yourself. Everybody would want to win the lottery, but if you only won a quarter, like literally just a quarter or like a tenth of the jackpot, you're already filthy rich, man. You don't have to be at the leaderboard. Like, look at this, put it this way. You're aiming for the leaderboard, yet you don't even know risk management, man. You don't even know risk management. I've shown it to you as a matter of fact. Not to troll you, not to provocate you. I've shown it to you like in a proven matter of fact. You don't know how risk management works. You don't know how your strategy works. We have seen that already, right? Yet you're shooting for the leaderboard. Like, you don't even get the basics right. You don't even get the most beginner shit right, yet you're looking to get on the leaderboard. Like, come on, man. It's a joke. Not saying you're a joke. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to put you in a bad spotlight in that sense. Like, I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So once again, the only shit, or at least the only shit that I can think of, besides a couple of different things, maybe, is really just throwing signals. Facts, smokers saying facts. Never in my life would have expected that kind of response from you, but yep. That's facts, man. Or I don't even know what you have said facts to, but yeah, man. This is how it goes. Let's look at a couple different pairs. So it's interesting sometimes, right? The trade that you could have taken that didn't work out in that sense. It's always interesting. Smokers are saying you didn't answer my woman's question. Ask it again. Ask it again, man. So everybody knows, everybody has just tuned in, so you know what's up. Don was saying, where are you from, bro? Take a guess. You have 3 chances. I like to do that. For everybody that already knows it, don't say a word, okay? Just be quiet. Smokers was saying, what do you think of women? What am I supposed to think of women, man? Like, what do you think of women? Like, it's such a simple question that can also be simply answered, but just because it's a weird question, like, anybody that's watching the stream right now, has anybody, like, without even context, okay? What do you think of women? Like, what's that type of question, man? That's how I imagine you asking me this. What do you think of women? You know, you get my point? So Don was saying, that's hard to guess. Take a guess, man, 3 chances. I mean, like, I'm not black, okay? So you can already, like, kind of get the idea I'm probably not from Africa, right? Some people, Sweden, no, that's wrong. It's actually a little bit hard to guess because there's a country where I live in and there's a country where I'm actually from. But just give it your best. Like, even if you just know the even if you just know one of these, I'm going to reveal it. But where are you from, brother? Now, of course, like, I cannot take a guess because, you know, you see me, at least you actually have like a reference point. Okay, that guy might be from, like you said, Sweden. Like, I don't know, man. You know, where are you from? Let me know. Smokers saying you're asking like they're aliens. No, that's how you're asking, man. That's how I imagine you're asking. What do you think of women? Like, what is that type of question? But I'm actually asking you, what do you think of them? Like, answer to me. Alright, guys, I think I am going to close the stream in just a bit. Last couple of questions, last couple of things. If you want to like the video, I'm gonna do the rest of the push-ups. And then from there on, yep, I'm gonna end the stream. Smoker is saying we want your opinion on women. No, you only want my opinion on women. Like nobody else agreed on that they want to know my opinion on women. So don't get that twisted. There's like a big difference in your way of phrasing. So Don was saying Canada, Denmark, also wrong. So I am actually from Russia, man. Can speak Russian. Where are you from, man? Just tell me where you're from. I'm gonna do the push-ups real quick. Like, just gonna be 15, so we're basically for every single push-ups we have done, for every single like we have done push-ups. And then yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Like, once again, last couple of questions, whatever you have in mind, ask them, and I'm gonna answer them. And then if you have questions regarding to my strategy, go to the videos. I've made countless of free videos on YouTube, guys. It's $3.99, and no, I don't mean like the number 3. So I mean $3.99. Ah, Lloyd. He's right. We want to know. Okay, that was a good one. I have to admit that was a good one. We are. Okay. So, Lloyd was saying that was a good one, I have to admit. Don was asking Portugal, on the other side of the world almost. Yeah, for real, man, Portugal. You know, shout out to Portugal. Don was also saying, but do you live there? No, I don't live there. Let's do it in the next live stream. Like, I'm gonna let you be waiting. It's kind of interesting. Maybe you can guess it. Like, in the next live stream, which is going to be tomorrow, most likely, you're going to have 3 more guesses, okay? Like, let's just keep it excited. Smoke was saying, low, now you know it was my payout. Okay, guys, or anything you might be asking, if you have questions regarding to my strategy, I've made countless of videos on them on my YouTube channel for free. Go watch them. It is going to explain you everything. I've also done a masterclass. Now, I am going to end the stream right now. We're going to be touching up on most likely tomorrow. And yeah, guys, see you in the next stream. Everybody else, appreciate it for watching. Hope everybody stays healthy. See you guys. Smokers was saying, don't end the stream, we're having fun. Brother, 2 hours, you know, join in like tomorrow. I would like to stream, but, you know, time has come. Right, see you guys.